What can a group of truckers achieve when they decide to halt their services in protest? A lot, as it turns out. You see, this trucker boycott we're witnessing began not on the open road, but in the heart of the city, in a courtroom where Trump was hit with a civil fraud judgment. A trucker known as Chicago Ray was quick to respond, calling for a boycott of deliveries to New York City. But like a road sign blurred by the rain, his message soon changed course. Ray retracted his call for a boycott, yet the seed of protest had already taken root. Supporters of Trump, many of them truckers themselves, were eager to rally behind their champion. They saw this court decision not as a judgment, but as an injustice, and they were ready to fight back in their own way. A woman named Elena Cardoni saw the same thing. She created a GoFundMe page, a digital outpost in this unfolding drama, to support Trump's defense against the judgment. The response was astounding. The page quickly swelled with donations, reaching over $500,000. Now it's important to remember that boycotts are not new. They've been used throughout history as a form of peaceful protest. But this was different. This was a group of truckers, the lifeblood of our supply chain, deciding to put their rigs in park and their livelihoods on the line. And it wasn't just about supporting Trump. It was about making a statement, about voicing their discontent with the status quo. And so, the wheels of protest started turning, leading to a series of unexpected events. Suddenly, the usually bustling highways of New York City were eerily quiet. This sudden and unexpected silence was a stark contrast to the usual hum of commerce and transport that defines the city. Highways like the New Jersey Turnpike, typically teeming with semi-trucks and freight carriers, were conspicuously deserted. This was no ordinary day. It was a day when the power of the trucker was made unmistakably clear. And the source of this unusual calm? A boycott by truckers, who were standing up for what they believed in and making their voices heard in a unique and impactful way. We've all seen the footage shared by Richard Tom on TikTok. The once bustling highways, now devoid of their usual truck traffic, became a symbol of this unique form of protest. It was a sight that few could ignore, and one that sparked a cascade of reactions and discussions. But it wasn't just about empty highways. The truckers' boycott led to a shift in logistics and transportation routes. Many truckers began refusing loads destined for New York, opting instead for alternate routes or even entirely different destinations. States like Tennessee suddenly became hotspots for freight traffic, as truckers sought to avoid the city at the heart of their protest. In the midst of this, rumors began to circulate. Some claimed that Governor Cuomo had warned truckers that their boycott could be considered a hate crime against migrants. However, these rumors were quickly debunked, with no credible reports supporting such claims. It seemed that misinformation was just another challenge to navigate in this complex situation. The unusual quietness on the highways was just the beginning of the chaos. The situation only intensified with recent developments, causing a ripple effect across states. In a twist of events, a judge in Cook County, Illinois, ordered the removal of Trump's name from the state's primary ballot. This decision, while seemingly isolated, has sent shockwaves through the community of truckers who've been voicing their support for Trump. These truckers, already entrenched in their NYC boycott, saw this as another blow to their cause. The response was swift and resolute. Many vowed to extend their boycott beyond the borders of New York, pledging to avoid any state implicated in actions against Trump. This indicates that what started as a localized protest could potentially morph into a widespread movement, stretching across the country. In the face of this intensifying situation, the trucking industry is in a state of flux. The effects of this boycott are not contained to the highways and byways of New York, but are starting to be felt across the nation. Goods are being rerouted, deliveries delayed, and the ripple effect of these actions is being felt in industries far removed from trucking. The potential for this boycott to continue expanding is a daunting prospect. It raises questions about the future of transportation, the political power of workers, and the impact of such protests on our day-to-day lives. Already we're seeing the effects of this movement in the form of empty highways and disrupted supply chains. As we watch the situation unfold, it's clear that the truckers' boycott is more than just a protest. It's a statement, a stand being taken by a group of workers who feel their voices are not being heard. And their actions are echoing across the country, drawing attention to their cause and forcing us all to take notice. With each passing day, the impact of the truckers' boycott grows, leaving us all to wonder what will happen next. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've just unraveled. We've journeyed through the origins of an unconventional boycott initiated by truckers who support Trump. a movement sparked by political frictions and legal judgments. This protest has manifested itself in a tangible way, leaving highways like the New Jersey Turnpike eerily quiet and devoid of the typical hustle and bustle of truck traffic. We've seen the ripple effects of this action as truckers divert their routes, opting for alternative destinations such as Tennessee. This has sparked widespread discussions and concerns about the future of logistics and supply chains in the affected regions. Amidst this turmoil, we've debunked rumors, particularly the unsubstantiated claims about Governor Cuomo's stance on the boycott. And finally, we've observed how recent political developments, like the removal of Trump from the Illinois primary ballot, have only added fuel to the fire. This has led some truckers to extend their boycott to any state involved in similar actions, suggesting the potential for a larger, more widespread movement. As we continue to monitor this evolving situation, one thing is clear: the power of a united front, even in the form of a trucker boycott, should not be underestimated.